Currently, gold is above Bitcoin, but after the halving, Bitcoin's going to be roughly double of gold.
What we got, man?
We got lots in Bitcoin to cover today. I think last week we talked a little bit about maybe covering some of the models and frameworks that people are using to create their Bitcoin predictions. And I thought it might be kind of fun to also just go over some of the more fun looking predictions from some of the famous folks that are currently in the Bitcoin space. You want to get into it? All right. The next one that we got is what? Stock to flow. This is a pretty popular one, the stock to flow model. Just to explain a little bit kind of what stock to flow means. So the stock to flow is a number that shows how many years at the current production rate are required to achieve the current stock. So the higher the number, the higher the expected price. And this speaks a little bit to scarcity. So currently, the stock to flow is about 56 for Bitcoin. And that equates, and there's a formula basically, that equates to a $120,000 fair value price. After the halving that's coming up here in about a few weeks, 420, the stock to flow number for Bitcoin will be 113. So that's over doubling, right? Basically, it's doubling because of the halving, right? That means the flow or how much we're making is being cut in half. And for reference, gold is a 62 in this stock to flow. So currently, gold is above Bitcoin, but after the halving, Bitcoin's going to be roughly double of gold. So that usually indicates that there's going to be a shot up in price. And so stock to flow, again, has been one of these early ones that has been around for a while. And you'll see it. And again, we'll include the links. This is the step looking model where it goes like this after every halving and is stepping its way up.
It's like almost like a staircase, right? Like in a parabolic way. That one is an interesting one, and that one is not bounded like the rainbow one. Again, remember, these are models. I mean, every model is just a glimpse of trying to see the perspective, right? That doesn't mean that it's going to be true. It's just literally some ideas to be able to guide you through. Look at them sometimes like maps. Maybe we'll go into those territories, but that doesn't mean that. Even our GPS are not even that exact, right?
Recalculating.
so you might see that you're going in that direction. Oops, recalculating.
Yeah, exactly. And just like we mentioned on the rainbow chart, the stock to flow, it has averages basically. It does have averages for these prices, and sometimes it goes above the average and sometimes it's kind of below the average. But in general, the stock to flow model has held very loosely. So it's continuing to climb up. And that's where a lot of people right now are saying, okay, stock to flow says fair value is about 120K right now. So we're slightly below that. So there's value to be had there if you buy now. Again, we're not financial advisors here. We're just kind of explaining these models to you. After the halving, typically you see the price follow up for stock to flow. So stock to flow shows an average of around 500K, I think, for this cycle. Again, that means, and it typically overshoots it, the price. So they're saying it'll likely overshoot it. So that's why you're hearing some people saying $1 million, 800K as the top this cycle. But what happens afterwards, it usually comes down and it'll dip below the 500 to average out that 800, right? Because it's always trying to kind of model the stock to flow, this average. So there will be price action above the average and below the average to get you to that average. So pretty interesting. This one gets people really excited because if you go to the following cycles, you see that the number just kind of continues to climb.
Yeah, which I think that this one it kind of also helps to visualize after the halvings. The previous one, the rainbow chart, I feel that is more. It was an interesting one to see, kind of on the halvings. But once that we finish the last one, as you mentioned, in a couple of weeks, then another model has to. So I think that this is a good model to continue to watch after the halvings.
Well, that's all we've got for today. We'll see y'all next time. Dale.
Dale.